guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to the RP Games engine. And this is, I don't even know what update it is at this point, there's been so many of them. But this time, I have something truly special for you, because this is the movement update. Yeah, I've been working very hard to transfer this system over to a nice little project to a real game, and the first step to doing that was getting a movement system that allows for diagonals. As you can see here, I can move in diagonals around things like this bed, and as you can see, my face kind of goes into the bed. That's a little graphical glitch at the moment, but that's okay. So yeah, I can do diagonal movement, and basically the system's very similar to Legend of Zelda. I discovered after making this. Basically the way it works is when you press one of the keys in the keyboard, it chooses that as the primary direction, which basically means that's the direction your character will be facing, or at least it'll look like they're facing it. So if I press S, it'll look like I'm going down. But then if I press S and then D or A, it will still go diagonally, but it will be playing the down sprite. And basically that's the way it works. It prefers the first key that you pressed for the animation you're using. And it halves your speed. I think it's a third speed when you're going diagonally, just to prevent people from attempting to go faster just because they're going diagonally. So that it's a huge change, because now, as you probably saw just then, your coordinates no longer an integer. I don't know if people noticed that ever, but you know, basically your character was locked to the grid where they had to be at a integer coordinate at any point, but now that is no more. So we are in coordinates that are doubles. I just typed in /none. And of course I did nothing. Okay, so that's the first update. Now let's get to the second one, which is my second favorite thing that I've done with this game in this update. And here we go. It is a bed. Sleep? Yes. You feel well rested, HP fully restored. Now there's an actual graphical effect to using a bed. So that's pretty cool. Now there are some other things. Here's the demo area again. Don't need to show that off. There is something that I finally got Glenn on board with the music. Finally. We've been talking about it for months, and now we're finally starting to do some scoring, I think that's called, and we're doing some theorizing, some I don't know, a lot of improv, and this is the first piece of music that was produced, made for this game, and it loops seamlessly. So here we go. This is the town music. And I also got a system that involves fading music in and out, and there is a glitch there with the trees here. That will be fixed in the next version, but the new movement system basically made me have to redo the display system as well. Yeah, a lot of updates to be made there. But yeah, this is the music. Now, I'm not going to just like send the file out just yet, because A, it's not a finished product. This is version 1, and it just looped, if you noticed that. And also, I don't want people stealing the music right off the bat. I mean, come on guys. So yeah, this is the music. Now, as you can see, if I go in here, it fades out, which is pretty awesome. So if you guys didn't see my video on Pathfinding, that was the secret feature from the last update. And I'm actually going to go put the music down here. Whee! So I can talk. I'll put it to like 10%. So yeah, I had a system there for Pathfinding. Now, it is not complete. In that version, it was a lot more stable. I don't know why I'm lagging right now. That's weird. Oh, I'm rendering a video right now. That's why. So yeah, I had a system in place for Pathfinding, and now it's kinda eh. So yeah, the system's kinda meh now. I probably showed it on screen just now, but this is what happens when I attempt it now. So as you can see, it draws the coordinates out, but then he just kinda gets stuck. So I'm still working on Pathfinding. Now I'm kinda stuck, so I have to use the set game state command. And that is going to be in game is the default one. Oh, oh, that brings in the next feature. I made a mistake, right? So if I press tab, my previous command comes back into the command prompt. So now I can copy it, and then I could delete this, then do /debug, and now I could put this in. So there you go. And now I'm stuck, so I have to do no clip to get out of here. So there you go. That's a nice little thing I added. So if you type this super long command and it turns out not to work or whatever, you could just press tab and it'll bring your command back up so you can make the appropriate changes and then type it again. So if I were to be like, and then say it in chat, then I just start talking again, it'd be like, wait a minute, I need the last piece of text. Boom, there it is. Now, this is going to cause a spamming issue on multiplayer servers, as you can see. But, of course, there'll be a thing in place that if you type the same thing in chat like 10 times in a row, then it will not let you type that same thing. And, of course, that could also be evaded by just doing every other message. But there'll be things in place. Maybe just a limit on how fast you can do things in general. Oh, and that door is locked. Or not door, that container. So let's, oops. Grab that. Doop-a-doop. And then, boom. There you go. Bing. Loop. I love how that works. And it can work with multiple bits of music. So if there was music in here, of course, the music from the previous area will fade out, and then this one will fade in. Now, there's a new thing with this. It's pretty awesome in my opinion. Now let's get out of debug mode. Actually, let's also do a clear chat. So let's do clear chat. There we go. Then we do debug. So now watch this. It is a strange machine. Turn it on. Yes. The power is out. And it seems that I broke the machine because now the power's out. It's dark. And if I were to go back in, it will say the machine is broken. And yeah, so if I were to go out of here and then go back in. Aha! There's our first glitch. Oh god. That was our first glitch. As you just saw, the fading effect is still a work in progress, because if you go into an area and then leave very quickly, then you could glitch out the music. So, yeah. Again, I had like maybe a week to work on this update because this was really crazy with getting Subiocraft back up, which is a Minecraft server, and finals, and there was just a whole bunch of stuff that I had to do here. It was pretty crazy. I only probably had a total of like maybe 10 hours on this update, which may sound like a lot, but in terms of updates, that really is not a lot. And yeah, so there's that. And also, I just realized going up and down stairs. Okay. Each individual tile has its own speed in which you can run. And it appears that I made the stairs the same speed as anything else, so I might want to make that. What the hell? Why is there music playing? That's a weird glitch. Okay. Wait, what? What the hell is happening? Okay, before I really get weirded out, I'm just gonna... Oh, God. What? Oh, I broke it. Okay. Well, that was dealt with. That was very strange. There was random music just playing in the background. So the next thing is that, as you probably saw with the bed and with the machine here, I had multiple effects going on, actually just with the machine. Now the way I did that, if you guys remember in the previous update, there was a command called /set effect, which would set the current effect that's happening at the moment. But now I've changed it. So now I can do /add effect. And then I could do earthquake, for example. And then there's earthquake. Now I can also add a new one, lightning. And then I could add another one, rotate left. Oh. Whee. And then I could do /remove effect all. And that removes all the effects. So now I can have multiple effects at once. Now this will be useful once I get weather working, because I can make an effect a sound. I can make it a graphical thing, so I can have like actual rain particles going on the screen. You'll see little splashes, and then maybe puddles will appear on the map. I don't know, but it'll be pretty cool. So the whole puddle thing might not actually be an effect technically in code, but yeah. So now I can do that. So of course, and I can oh, actually a huge thing that I did was I added a function called execute command later. Now what that basically allows me to do is give a delay to things. So for example, with this, I can turn the power on and then start up the machine, and it will immediately give it the earthquake effect, but then give it maybe a second or so, then it will start to destroy the power, and then eventually it'll just set the brightness, and then it'll play the sound that just sounds like it's breaking. Now all of that's timed using future commands. And there's another glitch with the system. There we go. Doors are very glitchy still. Even though they are a part of the object system, they are still very glitchy. Another thing I did is a safeguard on commands. So, for example, if I were to go into the level editor and do /use item, I don't know, and then do /give 7. There is no item with ID 7, so it will say 7 is not a valid ID or name. Now that highlights the next thing. So if I were to do /use tile, and then give grass, you can summon a tile by name. So I could do /give water, and it will give me the water tile, which is actually kind of funny because now I have this little pool that if I were to walk in it, now I'm swimming. But yeah, I can call things by name, and if I were to do /give 100, it'll say 100 is not a valid ID. Give potato. Potato is not a valid ID or name. So it will now, instead of crashing, let me put that there into perspective. That's what it used to do. It would just crash because it doesn't know what the heck I just gave it. So now it has a safeguard. So I will no longer be able to crash the game with, with trying to summon a potato. Now I must also note that this works for tiles, objects, and items. And I believe it should work for NPCs, but I haven't tested that yet. So yeah. So that's it for this update, guys. I hope you liked it. This was a very short one because, again, I had no time. So I assure you, in the next version, there will be some huge changes, probably in terms of combat, which is that was the inspiration for this new movement system, was getting the combat to work properly. Because you can't really have a combat system if you can only go in 4 directions. Unless you're in Pokemon, because then you could just have a separate combat theme and stuff. But I'm thinking this will be a sort of hack and slash where it'll be kind of like Zelda or like Street Fighter or something. I don't know about Street Fighter, but it'll be like, it'll be like one of those 2D games where you run around, and if you don't like something, you can whack it, and then you'll just like maybe a bush or something will get out of your way. It'll drop some items, or a person. Alright guys, so that is it. I unfortunately have not set up the Kickstarter page just yet because I feel like the game's not ready. And most importantly, I can't put a Pokemon sprite on a Kickstarter page. I have to have some original art. Me and Glenn might collaborate with a character design. And yeah, so we're not going to put the Kickstarter up until we have original art. We avoid any legal issues because, yeah, I don't think that's going to go too well with Nintendo. If it looks, on the surface, it might look like we're trying to sell a game using their art, which I don't want. So, yeah, hopefully by next update we'll have that. Probably not, maybe 2 updates. So, just stay, I guess, tuned in for that one. So that's it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.